love chicken spices, it's Jasmine, and this channel is all about food delicious things. Oktoberfest, what does that mean? Oktoberfest is around the corner. I have my journal ready. Now let's make some Oktoberfest food. I live in South Germany. I'm half German, so this will really be an authentic recipes. I'm starting with the potato dumplings, and the next video, so it's a two-part series, will be a luscious pork belly with dark beer sauce. Really delicious, guys, and really it's easy to make, so that's why I'm here to show you how to do it. If you like this recipe, and you can find the recipe in the info box below, make sure you subscribe, hit that little notification bell, give me a comment, give me a thumbs up, and I see you in the next recipe. Hi darlings, we're starting by boiling our potatoes with the skin on. That's very important to boil them with the skin on and cook them really soft. The other potatoes that we're grating and using raw, we peel the potatoes off, and then we're taking a bowl and a strainer and set a cotton towel into the strainer. Then I'm cutting the potatoes into chunks. If you don't have a blender or something like that, just use a grater and just grate your potatoes really fine. I use a blender or mixer and it does the job for me. Once the lid on, I really start mixing it, blending it really fine, so it's almost like a puree. This will get the right texture of your potato dumplings. Then we're taking the cotton towel, the strainer, and just adding the mousse of the potato into the strainer. I take a wooden spoon and just tie it to the cotton towel just to easily strain the water or the excess potato water. You just can use your hands, but I think it's easier to really get all the moisture out of the potato, which is so important to get the right texture for the dough. Once your boiled potatoes are cooked, let them steam for 5 minutes. Heat up another pot of water, add some salt for then adding the dumplings into it. We're peeling our soft potatoes, and with a potato press, I press the warm potatoes through the press. You can use a potato masher. Here I'm taking the raw, dry potato, grated potato, and just add the hot water over it and mix it really well. I know it sounds weird, we just took the water out, but this gives the right gluey consistency for our dumplings. Then we're adding our salt to the raw and cooked potato and give it a good mix. Then we're adding our starch, and then I'm start mixing it by hand because it's just so much easier. And you have the right consistency when you can see your fingerprints in it. Then I'm taking a slice of bread and just cutting it into cubes. I took whole grain. You can use just white normal toast bread. I just had that on hand and just used what I had on hand. I added to a bubbly pan with butter and toast the cubes or croutons until they are golden. I add a little bit of salt and add some fresh parsley to it. So I'm chopping here my parsley. I'm just taking off the leaves, the stem we're discard. And then I just roll it up, as you might know already from my previous video, so it's easier to chop. And then I'm just adding it to my croutons and set them aside. Let them cool off slightly.
nice color, golden. Then I'm wetting my hands with cold water. Add about 2 tablespoons, depending on the size, what you want to make of your potato dumplings, but that was what I did. And then in the middle, I set the croutons and close them, fold them together, and then I shaped a round ball. Now I finished off all the dumplings first before adding them in the water, because you want to make sure to cook them all the same time. First you boil the water and then you simmer the water, and then you're adding your potato balls, dumplings, into the water. They're ready about after 20 minutes and when they swim on top. Guys, they're super delicious. Homemade potato dumplings. It doesn't get better. They taste better than any package what you can get out of the store, or if you somewhere in another country, this is your go-to dumpling recipe. Look how fluffy they are, and they just lovely like this with gravy. That's how I ate them always as a kid, and I still love this today. And I see you in the next recipe. Thank you for watching. Make sure you tune in the next recipe for my delicious pork belly with dark beer sauce.